Good morning. How are we all doing? We're up to day 8, beads and postage stamp dangle. Right, let me see my super duper envelope for today. I got out all my beads. I used to do beading, so that was good. So I've got lots of bits and pieces. Butterfly I've chosen for today. Stamps, and some little other beads, and a bookmark. So I guess it's going to be a little tutorial on how to make a bookmark bead dangle. Alright, let me get sorted, and I'll move my book out the way, I think, my journal, and then we could do it together. I would just like to say that my snacks are coming today from Walker's. I know it's not Aussie, but my husband's Scottish, and they're gin infused, so I'm figuring it's going to be just fine. Now, I swapped out the stamps that I showed you for these ones because these are little butterflies, and I think that will go better with my theme for the day, which is butterflies. So they're really cute Australian stamps. Yep. And you'll need a set of pliers. I use these little ones, they're really good. Some crafting wire, which is available at any craft store. It's quite thin and quite flexible. And a piece of cardboard to make your dangles. Some end pieces for your beads, some spacers, and some beads. So I sort of figured that I would have my bead dangle something like this. So first of all, you will need some wire. Now, you always have the wire doubled, so if you want your dangle, say the length of my book, which is that length, so I want it a little bit longer so that I can let it dangle out the bottom, so about there. Now, I also need a shorter length that I'm going to hang the stamps off of. Alright, so then you double it over, and you get your hook or whatever you're going to use, your ring. Just squeeze that quite tight. Yeah. And just form a slip knot. That's one. That's for our stamps. This longer one now is for our beads. So push it through. Do another slip knot. Right, so now you've got two on there with slip knots. So it looks something like that. There's one, and there's the other. And what you're doing is threading both pieces of wire through. So pull them through. So I like to leave about that much room at the top, maybe a little less, just so they've got room to move around and you're not tight at the end. And then you do your pattern. So you need to decide what bead's coming next, and so on. Alright, so now I'm going to change the pattern. I grabbed a little heart as well, which I thought would be really cute on the end. Okay, so let's keep going. There you go. So, needs a little bit of wiggle room at the top, like that, like I said before, so leave at least a finger's width. I like to. Right, now we need to do the ends. So this is the tiniest little thing. Be easy, this desk is not too bad. So you simply thread it on, easy to get the two through, but there you go. Right, so always check that you've got your gap at the top before you tighten this. Then just take your pliers and squeeze it really hard together. Yeah, hopefully it will focus. So just to be sure, I always put 2. Push it up next to the other one and clamp it tight. I've chosen silver because everything else is silver, 1 for each of them. They're done with their little eyelets in. They look quite cute, and they're going to dangle off of here. So what I would do is make one of these, because you're going to use 1 for each one. You won't do a double with this one. So cut one shorter than the other so that they hang down, you know, sort of one is here and the other is down here, because that will look better. The other. Now I have a feeling if I don't put another bead on that they're going to come through these spaces. So I'm going to put a few spaces on just to give it a little bit of interest. And there it is, completed. Really, really cute. So that's going to be my butterfly dangle. And it will hang down between the pages. I lost quite a few of the end bits. I just can't find them. They ping everywhere. So I'm just going to grab my journal now and pop it in there so you can have a look and see what it looks like. And we've also got to put in our butterfly, which is today's animal from Louisa and Barbara. So let's get that put in, get the dangle put in and see how it looks. So I've stuck one of my rusted dyed doilies down on here as a pocket. So then I've just got one of the index cards that Kirsten sent me with the journal. There's a little envelope in there and the butterfly, which is of today. So that's just going to tuck in there and tuck over the top, which still leaves me room to use this as a pocket. And then my dangle is going to go in here. So it just simply goes over the top of the page and hangs in here like this. Like, how cute does it look? I am so happy with this. Turned out really, really well. Hope you can see it. It's really, really sweet. Yeah. So thanks for joining me today. I really enjoyed making this. It took me longer to make this than it normally does. I'm a bit out of practice, to be honest. But there you go. I used to make them all the time. But there you go. So that's our, what was it? Beads postage stamp dangle. So we combined a lot of them and we made it with butterflies, and I think it looks so sweet. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.